50, meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hear nothing haters say. Let them talk about it. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around it. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. Yeah.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. But today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. Two big-time rivals battle to start the year. The Bengals and Browns underway in Week 1. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now a three-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Burrow. This goes out wide from Nixon. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
First down, here's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. In motion, Slayton. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Herb Smith Jr., a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the NFL's 3rd leading rusher last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Well, what a start to the season here. Cincinnati and Cleveland, AFC North rivals, Ohio rivals. I don't know what to make of this division. It feels like anyone could win it, including these Browns.
And you're right about that. And how historic would that be if Cleveland did rise up and take the division? So far, since we've gone to this format, they have not won the division title. They're eager, they're excited, and they believe that this could be their year.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And it's fielded at the 34. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
On 1, right?
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 25 yards that time.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Browns drive about to get started. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coach to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Chubb. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allowed the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Mixon. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Now 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. In motion, the tight end. From midfield now, Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They go play action with Burrow. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They work now on 2nd and 9. A run for Nick Chubb. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Watson now to throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. Breaks through the contact. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
This is caught at the 20. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hand.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Henderson dropped down to 8 sacks last season, but don't get lost in that number. Still had 3 forced fumbles and remains a game wrecker on the edge of Cincinnati's line.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They go up the middle with Chubb. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, but such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Joe Burrow with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Flush to his right. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the 50, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when they sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here we go. Second down and 6 now. Chase the motion man right. And they go play action now. Burrow. Short throw to Smith. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Burrow on first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw left side taken in by Slayton. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here. Maybe a little diamond in the rough via trade.
Maybe just need a change in scenery, a new city, maybe different motivation, but they believe they've got a good one.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. This one caught downfield by Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
This is the one, boys. Here we go.
They run again on first down. Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Time. Settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3. Back to throw, Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Faking the give, now Watson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9.
11, Mighty. Get off the field.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. just get rid of it.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
On 2, ready? 11 mighty, 11 Palmer.
Burrow will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
11 Palmer.
Again, it's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Bring it back. To the yard! Keep going!
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Up the middle, it's Chubb. There he goes, right side. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 29-yard line. 195 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
A give. This is Chubb. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Browns get a bit closer. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. Everyone in the NFL is looking for mismatches, and T. Higgins' size and speed at receiver, that allows him to have those type of mismatches against most defenders. 6'4", ability to flat-out fly. They can use him everywhere, including in the slot. He's a dangerous playmaker and a big-time producer in the red zone. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now this thrown deep for Slayton. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Darius Slayton, 62 yards. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's McPherson now to send it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1, because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Myles Murphy, that is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now it's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Now Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Chubb on the counter, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 236 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one a first down pickup of 8. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Mixon running wide side. Dodges him at the 50. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he works free. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle. And, you know, late in this game,